Well, Dr. Drew, we can tell you right now, we just got a statement from the lawyer of the family saying that the police affidavit that was released today, those court documents, he calls it unfortunate and says in a statement that the parents feel it will derail the search for the missing girl. And Drew, I can tell you that just moments ago, there was a prayer vigil in front of the home here. The grandparents of baby Lisa attended. There were tears, there were a lot of prayers, and hopeful, optimistic also comments being made by the family members. They are saying they are hopeful investigators will find baby Lisa, and they are not giving up hope. They are staying optimistic. They say they are thankful for the outpouring of support as well.
Now, the next door neighbors weren't the only ones to witness a man. There's another individual that gave the same story. Listen to this on ABC's GMA.
4 o'clock in the morning. 45 degrees, the baby don't have a blanket, a coat, or nothing. And this guy's walking down the street. I thought it was kind of weird.
Mark, 2 sightings. They both saw a man of similar height in a T-shirt on a cold night in the middle of the night, a baby wearing a diaper. Are these reliable sightings? Or you think these are alien, sights of UFOs or something?
I call it the defense witness lottery. I mean, she won it, whether she's guilty or not, to actually have 3 people, 2 separate locations, to actually someone of a physical build, 5'7", about 140 pounds, that could slip through that window. Keep in mind, 350-pound person holding a little baby, he ain't making it through that window. So this, to me, is compelling for the defense. Still doesn't mean she's innocent or guilty. It just means, come game day, if she's ever charged, these are compelling witnesses for the defense.
Mark, you've softened your position a bit. You had her in shackles last time I talked to you about this case, I believe.
Now, you had me thinking that she was in shackles. No. I mean, listen, I can't ignore some very compelling evidence which makes her look like she's really guilty. I'm not saying that she is. All these things, not calling the cell phone that very well may be with the person who took your baby, that's the first thing me and my wife said we'd do. We would call right away.
Right.
There's just too many things that are problematic.
No, you're right.
But I'm not 25. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm different.
Well, of course you are. But be that as it may, I mean, there's these issues of the lights being turned on by somebody who allegedly broke in the house in the dark, the middle of the night. There's issues of now there's scent of a deceased body in the bedroom, I guess, and there's lots of things that really are very, very disturbing. Now, Deborah says that police presented a theory that Lisa had been accidentally harmed, and then the mom had panicked and tried to cover it up. She says they showed burned clothing, I guess, to her during the interrogation. Let's look at this. Look at this from ABC's GMA.
During interrogation, we found this. They showed me burnt clothes. They showed me a Doppler thing with pings from my cell phones, and I'm led to believe at this point that none of that was real. I hope the burnt clothes weren't real.
You know, Mark, the question I have is, do police do things to trick suspect A? And B, when you watch her in the tape, she doesn't have the kind of glazed look I'm used to seeing from mothers that have done awful stuff. She looks desperate. But first, answer the question about the police.
Yes, police legally are allowed to use what we call trickery. As a defense lawyer, I say it's outrageous. No, I don't. It's fine. If you're trying to find a missing child, do whatever it takes within the confines of the law to do so. And sometimes by alleging to someone, listen, you failed the polygraph when you didn't, or there's evidence showing your DNA, and then they get them to confess and help solve a crime, that's okay as long as it's within the confines of the law. I'm okay with that. Now, as to her effect, look, I am not in her position. I am trying not to judge her. We all can't put ourselves in that position. She's given numerous interviews, and maybe at that moment she might not show the effect that people think that she should. So on that, I'm a little bit kind of lenient.
I understand. Now I'm going to go back out to Kansas City to Sandra. Now, Sandra, 2 things. A, where's the family while they're tearing their house apart? And B, you talked to Jeremy Irwin's sister. What did she have to say?
Well, Dr. Drew, the family members are at a relative's home not far from here, less than a 10-minute drive. That's where they're holed up right now. As you can imagine, the intense media presence out here, as well as well-wishers coming by to leave mementos for baby Lisa. On the other front, the sister, Ashley Irwin, came out for the prayer vigil in front of the home here moments ago, and we did talk to her. Obviously, the family is very wary of the media. They don't want the media to blame the family, especially Deborah Bradley, but she said that the parents are cooperating, Dr. Drew. She says they have been in constant contact with investigators. I said, how recently? She says, as recently as today. So clearly she wants to portray that they have been cooperative, as opposed to the media reports and other accounts out there that have been circulating that they haven't been talking to investigators. So certainly two sides of the story here. But according to Ashley Irwin, the sister of the father of baby Lisa, she says that they've been cooperating and also are very hopeful investigators will find the baby.